Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 4 of my Factorio Space Age guide for new players. So, in the last episode, we started building our starter base, our starter factory, and we are going to continue on with that. So, we have steel going in our research. Hopefully, that will get here sooner rather than later. Um, but, anyways, um, So one of the things that we need to do early on, or decently early, is we need to beef up the inserters for the green circuits. So we're going to use the blue inserters, and I'm going to put those on my bar as well. And we are going to, because you can see these guys are just going nonstop. So we're going to increase those and all of these, and that will help us out with green circuit production. That will help beef up all of the rest of this so they can all get fed. Oh, look at that. 200. Nice. Another thing that I like to do is I like to just take stacks of what I know we're going to use and just kind of top it off and put back what we don't need. Okay, so where were we? We definitely need some more of these. Let's get to what the miners need. The miner, if you look over on the right-hand side, it needs iron... Wait, why is iron plate so slacking? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's to be expected. Actually, let's... we're in a tricky spot right now. It's fine. We have a bunch of iron plates in our inventory, so anything that might be lacking, we can, like this guy, it's gonna need... Well, let's just go ahead and get to it. Okay, so this needs iron plate, gears, and green circuits, so everything that is crafted here. And we're going to take this and feed it into a box. We're going to connect it with the red wire. And we're going to need a lot of miners pretty soon. But for now, we're going to limit this to a small amount. So we're going to enable if electric mining drill is less than. We're going to go ahead and do 100 for now. And yes, it needs power. I should probably... You know, it's funny because every time I make this, it's just ever so slightly different from one time to the next. So one example is this time around. We're going to have some stuff coming in here, and I'm actually going to underground belt this to make it easier and less janky looking on this end. So every time I do this, I like make it slightly different. And I should probably separate some of these so I can put like a power pole like here to kind of feed the front and the back power instead of just doing these across the front. But you know what? For now, it's fine. I will just do this for now. So we need some labs too. So we mentioned before that the labs need, you can see on the right hand side, that the labs need the transportation belts, the yellow belts. So we're going to have those coming in from back here, and we are going to insert this into a chest. Red circuit connection, and we're going to enable if the labs are less than, we're going to do 10, which is a stack size of 10, rocket capacity of 10. And what else does it need? It needs gears and green circuits. So we're just going to feed that in some, gears and green circuits. This was going to be the repair packs, which we do not have yet. And this was pipe, and this was underground pipe. I'm not too concerned with these just yet. I guess maybe the main reason why I put these here is because at some point I started making a car much earlier. So I decided, you know what, I need a car. And to make a car, you need engines. And to make engines, you need pipes. And I was like, well, if I'm going to have to make engines for a car, I might as well have some pipes on the belt. So once I started doing it, I just kind of kept continuing to do it. We don't really need them for much in the early game, the pipes, because a lot of the fluid stuff we have to deal with is mid and late game. Probably more important once we get to oil processing. So that will be probably in the late teens of episodes, the oil processing. I think I'm gonna try to stop guessing like what episode it's gonna be, just because of how I had things lined up before, and I'm just gonna say in the future we will use them, and then once I get to the point where I've recorded that and I start editing these, I will just overlay my like future here it is image and actually put the episode number then, which will save me a lot of hassle. That's kind of the plan of this round. Was I'm not playing through the game to map everything out first like I did in the last guide that I made, and I really got to stop referencing the other guide. Anyways, yeah, so I will just have like episode whatever in the corner as we start going through those. So I've got 6 of these made. We need, okay, let's go ahead and start filling out the steel because the steel is going to be done any minute now. And we want that to start going ASAP. So we're going to not line things up right apparently. Put the smelters down. And we kind of want to be careful here because we don't want to just blindly put all this in. Okay, and that's where our steel will be. The power poles, we can just drag through. Some of them we already have. And inserters. And don't forget, like, you want to be careful placing these inserters. It's not like the other builds that we have done. These inserters are all different, so just make sure that you're paying attention to which direction you set them up. I could have very easily not done it like this in the right way. Alright, so we need coal. And we need to get some iron in here. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to have it split, kind of. But we're going to have some extras come in. Actually, I might even... Yeah, I think we're going to do it like this. So then we will have another belt of copper coming down this way. I wasn't going to start the steel now, but okay, whatever. We need to beef up the whatchamacallit, the iron. Oh, and this guy's out. We need to beef this up quite a bit. Which we will start doing as soon as our miners get making some stuff. Alright, we'll just hand feed this guy for a bit. We can handcraft some too, actually. Ooh. We can handcraft a lot. I don't have anything else to give him. Green circuits? Gears, that's another one. So let's... If I do that, these are just really going to gobble up everything. So this guy's just limited to how many gears he can get because of the red inserter, and that's mostly fine. Alright, 20 is probably enough to really start beefing up the iron mining. Let's head over there, and we will start beefing that up. How are these guys looking? Well, that's way fine. Oh, we're good. Okay, so increased iron mining. Sure. It's gonna look something like that. Yeah, why not? Alright, so let's just get another row. And by another row, I mean like a massive trail. We have 13 left. I think that might just be enough. I should have moved all this back. This is gonna get in the way of the... Well, you know what? What if we did this? What? No more boxes. So these will continue, so these will take a lot of this, whatchamacallit, stone out. Oof, that is so many furnaces. And so that'll help deplete that. Okay. Let's give these guys some belts. That'll just make it so that we can split away from the iron a little bit easier. And we're gonna merge these together. We need power. This is really where we're gonna have to start paying attention to power. And I know these are not lined up. That's... You know what? You can't win them all. In general, we try to make things line up, but if they don't, you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. All right, let's see how many we have here. So we've got 39 miners here. So this is more than a full belt can feed. At some point, we will add on and collect some of this, and we will have 2 belts coming through. And we will have one that's more or less dedicated to the steel. I should have really separated this a lot more too. Look at that nice full belt. Full belts look so much better than these partial belt junk. More satisfying, I guess. Alright, so then that'll give us room to have another belt come through. Okay, what will end up being this belt will come through. Something like that. Okay, alright. So as you can see, the steel won't need a full belt. It only needs like half a belt, but then these 2 iron together will need a full belt. I mean, we're already here. Why not, right? Doesn't take that long to stamp one of these down. And then this will come down and merge with that belt. No. Ran out. Hey, we have repair packs. Yay. I don't know why I'm handcrafting that. We've got a 600 right there. So let's just top up on these 2. So I'm taking the 50 out and returning whatever extras I have. We could use some more yellow inserters. Right? Right. So as I said before, like this... Oh, no. This is not my first guide, and I've been very impressed with just the people in general. Like, I didn't honestly think it would do that great. Like, I was expecting... There's a certain amount of views that I was expecting over the course of a year, and... Well, let's just say I hit that after 2 weeks. I'm not trying to brag. I promise I'm not that type of person. I'm just really shocked at how many people actually wanted this type of content. And to kind of go along with that, I'm also super surprised and impressed at like how many people like that. There's so many people that are like subscribing and liking and commenting, and I've been trying to keep up with all the comments. I know that there's eventually going to be like a critical mass at some point. I just will not be able to keep up with the comments and continue to pump out content. It is what it is. But for now, I've been managing to answer a bunch of questions and let's just say most of them. Why is this not? We're still short on iron. Man, I need to get that going a little bit faster. Let's just go ahead and we don't have any miners. Yeah, I've been really impressed with the audience, let's say. I'm not the type of person to beg, so you won't really hear me begging for likes or subscribes or anything like that. Or, oh, hey, here's my Patreon. Can you please feed me money? Like, I'm sure I'll have a lot of that stuff up eventually, if this channel continues to grow. But I'm not gonna beg. Like, you know what? It's really irritating when people do that. And I'm of the opinion that if the content is good enough, and I'm not saying my content is good enough, I will get better. But if the content is good enough, people get it. Like, you can't do something full time without, getting something from it, right? Like, you can't just donate your time completely as a full-time job, basically. So I understand it, but like I said, I'm not the type that's ever gonna beg, and I hope I don't have to eat my words. I'm not gonna, sit there and beg for people to subscribe or people to like my videos, even though it would probably be better for my channel in the long run. Like, I totally get it why they do it. It would be much better in the long run if I did remind people to subscribe and like the videos, but again, I feel like if your content is good enough, like, people are just gonna want to subscribe because they're gonna want to pay attention to whatever's coming up. So just one. Now we got six. All right, whatever. Moving along, so we need to get some automation on the research going. We're at 17 minutes. So the way that I like to line this up is actually with this belt here. So because it comes off in a specific way around the yellow inserters, this is like my main line for figuring out how much space I need. And let's take a look real quick at green science. Let's take a look over here real quick at green science. So it has a 6-second craft time. The red science, I believe, is 5 seconds. So it's a 5-second craft time. So we will craft 5 of these. Sorry, 1 of these. Okay, let me rephrase this. 5 buildings of the red science will craft at the same speed as 6 buildings of the green. So that's how we're going to line this up initially. What? Okay. And we've already looked and determined that the green science needs these, right? So we're going to put these, we're going to insert these from this side, and then we are going to output onto, I feel like I messed up somewhere. I did not. And then we're going to output these onto a belt here. And then the red, we're going to match up at the front like this. And for the red, we know that we need copper and we need gears. So what we're going to do is we're going to have inserters. And within the inserters, we can filter them. We can tell this, hey, I only want the iron gears to come through, and I want it to come through on the right side. So that is going to set this up to only allow gears to come out. And then we're going to have that come out. We're going to do the same thing over here. Hey, I only want copper plates to come out, and I want it on the left side. And then we need to leave room for an inserter, and these will match up right here. Yeah, look at that. We're also going to match the inserters from the green side. So the inserters for the, come on. Inserters for the green side will be out here, and the inserters for the red will be here. Like that. These are going to be red. We can copy and paste. Shift R and then Shift right click and then Shift left click. And you can see that the one that is being copied, or when you're pasting, the one that is the copy version is the one that's highlighted in green. All right, come on, green science, let's go. We will need power out here as well. Oh, yay, repair packs, like I said. Aha. All right, so we're going to red circuit connect this one as well. Now, you can, okay, the hotkey for this is Alt-R. I can hit Alt-R all day. I don't know what computer function I have. I think it has something to do with NVIDIA, maybe. I cannot use Alt-R. I can use Alt-G for green wire, and I can Alt-C for copper wire. I cannot, for the life of me, use Alt-R for red wire. So whatever. It is what it is. All right, so we are going to enable if repair packs are less than 100. This is also a stack size of this. 90% of what we are going to do is just stack sizes. So what do we need? We need gears and we need green circuits. I don't need a bunch, so I'm not gonna like add multiple inserters for that. This just needs, sure. This just needs iron plates, and then this one needs both pipe and it needs iron plates. Can I catch all of them like this? I cannot. Nah. All right. And then this will go out onto a box, and this will go out into a box. We're gonna limit these, obviously, and both of these are gonna be limited to 100. Enable if pipe is less than 100. Not E. There we go. And this one, the stack size is 50, but we're also going to enable if underground pipe is less than 100. So now we just need to drag power onto these. Again, like you know what? I should have like separated these, but it is fine. It is not that big of a deal. What? No, but whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. 93%. Oh, come on. Can I handcraft some? Give you guys a little bit of a boost. 94%. It's gonna be all done by the time I get there. $96. Let's go. 98. Green science. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna use remote view. Hit M or tab if that's what you have, and we're just gonna do the same thing here. Then we can copy and paste. And there we go. We have science coming out. Okay, so we just need to get some labs. Did I grab some? I did not. And actually at this point we can tear down, should have grabbed them. At this point we can just tear this down because we do not need this anymore. So we have 2 in our inventory now, and we are going to grab the 10 that are over here. And this is all of the 10 we'll need, so I'm actually just going to remove this. And we're going to have to move some trees. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Yay, achievement. Produce 20,000 iron plates per hour. That both seems like a lot and not that many. Okay, so let's just see how many we need. So these can just start right after. So we're gonna do 6. I didn't have to do any recutting, really. Oh, what? All right, there we go. Now uh we have the next power poles being learned because they needed green science. So let's also queue up automation 2, and we're gonna queue up logistics 2 as well. We're gonna do engines because we need a car ASAP. Yes, please. And our biter situation is still fine. Like, this guy's far enough out that we won't have to worry about him probably until next episode. Let's go ahead and get some power in here too. Oh, whatever. Come on. Okay, so we are in the process of learning the new power poles. We are soon going to have automation 2, or the assembling machine 2, and then we're going to have red belts as well. So I tend to prefer to upgrade to red belts as soon as possible, which is while we're in the starter base. So we're going to have red belts being crafted here, and they will export or output their items here. And what else? We will make an engine over here at some point, but I'm not worried about that just yet. And then once we're done with the engine, we will use our new car to go around and kill some biters. So I probably need to make a bunch of these. I usually make 5 from the start, but we probably don't need to worry about them just yet. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so I think that is pretty much going to wrap up this episode. In the next episode, we are going to add in these. So what are these? These are going to be for gears for our red logistics. We are going to add assembler rank 2. It's going to go here. That's why we didn't need too many of these. And actually, I'm just going to put all of those back. Yeah, so we'll have assembler machine 2 here. And of course, I just put them back, so I don't even have the ability to place that. Yes, so that is going to be it for this episode. Like I said, in the next episode, we're going to do more gears. We're going to do red logistics. We're going to have assembling machine 2. And we are probably going to take on some biters while we let some of the other things that we're going to be adding while that research is going. Okay, so that is going to be it for this episode. I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.